There we go. How's that? Always better when I take the mute off. So yeah, thanks, Jez. Um, much appreciated. Thanks, Vic. A bit of wasted breath, but never mind. We'll take a look and go back over what I was saying. So basically, gold. Um, for those of you that, let's say, just trade by placing buy limits and sell limits, this this is the classic kind of scenario where people just hit sell when it gets to 51.98, hit buy when it gets to 51.74, and yeah, it pays off. But the problem comes when it breaks out like it does here. Um, at what point do you cut the trade, and how do you then manage it? And then do you start to reverse the position? So there's, something like that where people just set buy limits and sell limits from top and bottom of ranges. That's fine, but make sure you use structure to give you a clue. So if you're gonna, let's say, sell from here, put your stop loss above this wick, and then you can look to target down here. It's positive risk to reward doing that. But you are hoping that the market just spins. That there's no um, confirmation. So if you're going to do something like that, set alerts at these prices, and then drop down the time frames. Wait to see the market have like a little mini shift in structure. But you know, that'd just be a word of warning for those that just keep using buy and sell limits. This market is heavily congested at the minute. There's not a lot of um, trading opportunity. Um, I did like a trade down here this morning. Um, I got a T1 and then stopped to break even. This area was looking very interesting during this bearish can. At one point, because I said if it closed bullish, I'd want to be a buyer. And the reason being is you've got nice clear candle space to trade into. Not masses, um, but a good 150 pips. So it's a range worth trading into. We could easily hit T1, T2. So bear with me a sec, guys. Just gonna have a little coffee. Um, in terms of looking for long opportunities, I wouldn't want to be buying above this price point. Where I've put this resistance level in, if we get a push up and then a rejection, I would look to sell based on the candles that we see here because we've got nice bullish, decent sized bodied candles um, with limited wicks um, to the up and down side. So the move up could potentially see a nice false breakout of 51.98, big even handle as well, so psychological number. We've got multiple things for price to reject this price point. Um, Obviously, we've got the news in 25 minutes. Could be another reason for the market to reject this price point. So, in fact, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to put a little bit of music on in the background if you don't mind. There we go. So happy Friday, guys. Hope you've all had a good trading week. While we're live, let me know how your week has been. If you had a good trading week, guys, just hit yes in the chat box. If it's been a steady week, let me know. If you've not traded, let me know. If it's been a shitty week, let me know. Okay, so you're all keeping very quiet today. That's okay. You tell me when there's no sound, but you don't answer questions. Love it. Definitely, a radio station. This always better when there's a bit of interaction, engagement. So, if you've got any questions, please fire them in, guys. It's always, like I say, it's not just better for me, it's better for people watching. Mr. Matt King, good afternoon and well done. Spurs chances in the Champions League. Better than United's. Oh, hold on a second. They're not in it. Um, yeah. Uh, we can't buy a win at the minute, so I'm. Uh, I'm not. Okay, here we go. Is there room here? What's that? 204, 50 points. No, gotta wait. Okay, what's happening? Buyers have definitely found their feet right now. What is Germany, February? No. Uh, just see if there's breaking news. How long ago was that? 26 minutes ago. Taliban lays out how it wants fighting to end after Pakistan make drone claim. Uh, okay. I'm not the best. Iran and US compromise over nuclear stockpile. Uh, that's 4 hours ago. AI willing to go nuclear in war games. Okay. Okay, something is happening. So my alert is okay. So this is where I do want to be long above. This is a this place, but what's the pro? 86. It's just done $30 in a straight line on pre-news. I can't see anything. If anyone has any other news folders that can see anything why gold might be spiking, or I mean it's early. Don't see why. See, might have a look on Trump Truth Social. Trump Truth Social. See if he's see if he's posted anything because it is a an abnormal move. Verify I'm human. Yes. Okay. Donald Trump. 12 minutes ago, as Georgia prosecutor pursued Trump, Biden invited her to get lucrative grant permission. 30 Trump draws clear midterm battle lines. Patriots versus H. Okay. Congrats. Okay, nothing there. Can't see anything there that's creating this. So this is literally just maybe a strong finish to the week. But so we're gonna look for buys above 52.15. 0.7. But what I want to see happen now, right, is I don't want it to just go straight up. I need a pullback to happen, right? Because we've just gone in a linear direction from 51.86 to 52.50. So that's what, $30 straight line, no holding back. 5 minute candles just gone. Buyers only, buyers only. A little bit of a top wick to fill. So I want to see some kind of resistance formed here and pull back before we have a breakout. That could be on a lower time frame, or we wait for the news to come out in 18 minutes, and let's hope maybe the news drops gold, and then we can take a flip to push price higher. So I think they're the options that we have with gold right now. Any questions on gold? Any questions, guys, on what we're going to do here? So this level can go now. We don't need that anymore. Market just bust straight through it. And also, I wouldn't have traded from it because there wasn't enough breakout room with wicks here, structure here. So I wasn't going to look for it. What I am interested in is if price can take out this higher. Ideally, I want to see some structure on a lower time frame. So I just need to give myself a little bite of something. Right, Nasdaq. We'll jump onto this while we're waiting. So what do we see on the daily chart, guys? Let me know what you see on the daily chart. Look at price action, look at trends, look at structure. Tell me what you see. What do you see, guys? Nothing? Okay, well, look, if you take this into account, obviously we want to look at the micro trends, but the bigger picture. Since October, pre-October, this market was just going ballistic north. But since October, we've basically been sat, yeah, Vic Snazzle, it's bloody messy. So if we just look at that right now, where would you say the highest probability trades will come from? Where would the highest probability trades come from? Good morning, Lightning. Right. Where do you see the highest probability trades coming? Oh, hold on, we're breaking. There's got to be something. There's, uh, no, I literally don't see anything. I mean, obviously the North Korea most beloved child. No. Uh, uh, really don't see anything. No, can't see anything. Absolutely nothing. So look, what we're gonna wait, see what happens. News out in 13 minutes. Let's just mark that off on the chart. So major news, USD, 1330. Oh, 1330, and it's PPI. So just leave that there. So we know in 13 minutes we do have news coming out. Forecast today is for PPI to have uh, decreased. So previous reading was zero point 0.7, forecast is 0.3, and PPI, so it was core, and PPI month on month. Previous reading was zero point 0.5, and the forecast is 0.3. So they're expecting readings to come down. Will the market, will the economy have a beat, or will it be a miss today? What are you thinking? Are we going to see dollar strength, or are we going to see dollar weakness? Let's see what happens here. This area, as I said, if we get resistance form, we can look for one of two things. It's going to be the breakout, but we must remember that we need to see either resistance form on a lower time frame, or the news candle just shoots down, has a big move down, and then we can buy the break of the highs as it flips bullish again. So that would be one scenario. Another scenario is the news pushes the market higher. We wouldn't trade that. And then we come back and close below 52.15 with a bearish candle closure. We could look at then trading it as a false break. So a couple of scenarios we're waiting on. Um, okay, so 11 minutes. 11 minutes. Yeah, this one yesterday. Let's have a look. Daily. I mean, look, DAX is back in the zone where the gap was created. We tapped it, we've sold off, and since then we've run back up into the same zone. 4 hourly. Look, these index charts are just getting a bit messy. Everything's a bit messy and scrappy. We've got no real follow through, so it's just we're gonna sit tight. We've had uh, in terms of a week, I don't probably custom food. See whether 10. So we're 4% up this week. 10,501.37. Now this is, I mean, now we're breaking above this area that doesn't leave much range. 8. If we get above there, guys, if we break the 52.30 level, we've got big space to trade into based off the daily. So if we get above there, looking at the daily, in theory, we should run back up to the 5400s just based on structure, but obviously how it gets there and how it navigates between those two zones, we don't know. It could go in a straight line. It It could meander like it has done for the last few days and then have a big solid breakout. But well, let's just wait for this news because the news could just bring it all the way back down. Fix the tab. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. 9 minutes. Okay, so I'll tell you what, while we're going to wait for this one, let's just map out the NASDAQ. So, not many, guys, please drop a like if you forgot to. Yeah, not only have they forgot to drop a like, they forget to talk lightning. They're forgetting to ask questions or hurling some abuse. Either or, I don't mind. Just engagement's good. Well, Gold's just left the station. There's got to be something, or the news has been leaked. Something's been leaked. It's just a very random move. This at 1 o'clock, buyers have just taken this price to next level. Yeah, gold's just gone nuts, but I'm not sure why. I was trying to look for some news and see if there was anything that has filtered its way through into the news. Oh, it's still going. Now, if we get above this price point, guys, like I said, there's a proper clear space above here. Let's get rid of that. Oh, it's been messy for a few days. Absolutely. It's nice that it's broke out. Just there's no indication. Obviously, a lot of accumulation's been going on, and market makers have managed to drive it one way. We're now just waiting to see what happens with the news, and then chance of it reversing. Um, are you in cells? This is my point, right? Uh, Dan, hey Dan, how you doing? Hey guys, hope you've all had a good month. Feb's been the best month I've had since starting 7 months ago. Couldn't have done it without you, Mark, or the group. Oh, that's amazing. Well done, buddy. Good man. Well, look, this is why I'm saying that sell limits are dangerous because look, you're effectively wanting this market to turn on a sixpence here without any confirmations, and and it's just bust. I mean, it literally went from where we were looking at 5,200, it's just done 35, $36 in a straight line uh, from taking out that structure. So now we've got to just um, yeah. Oops. There we go. So let's see, 5 minutes. I think if it shoots up first, I'll see what the news is. If it shoots up first, whichever way it goes, I mean, my bias right now, if we get above here and it comes down, I'm going to be a buyer at the highs. Okay? If it's in a price point, it's in a zone where I'm happy to trade it long or short, and we do have clear pathways. But my preference would be for the news to send it lower and then we buy the highs. That would be my preference. So we've got what, 4 minutes. Yeah, Bitcoin. I mean, look, looking at this chart, Bitcoin, I would say let's get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. I would say we're probably going to head back down towards 64,000, but price point where we sit right now. Market struggled here a couple of times, but last time it got here, look, it created a lower high. It got here again, created another lower high, then broke down, tested the lows. Strong move up, we're rejecting the same price point. So we're either going to stop here, which would be like creating a higher low, and then it continues, or we're going to move lower. My bias would be for it to move lower. So just remember when you're looking at the market, there's only four candles, and use those four candles to define where you think the market is likely to go. So tell me, guys, what are these two candles? What are those two candles? Yeah, I was just reading about that. I just saw Pakistan had launched some drone attack on Kabul. Um, but I only saw that while I was on live stream, so I didn't know how serious that was. I did mention it. Um, I guess it depends who what happens with that as well. I mean, it's just conflict everywhere, right? Okay, 1.5 minutes, guys. 1.5 minutes. But no, in fact, no one answered. Uh, what were we looking at here? What were these two candles? What? Tell me what candles they are. Mm, no. Come on, guys. Tell me what you think those candles are. We've got. Oh, let's get to gold quickly. 10 seconds. Let's switch screen. Uh, okay. Okay. All right. I'm placing a buy stop above the high of the last 30-minute candle. Partial TPs. I'm going to take 60% off at 5. I'm going to see how low this goes. The deeper it comes, if we get at least 47. So if we come down to around, what's that? 52.12, around a 50% move of that candle, I'll bring my buy stop down above the high of the current candle. Downrange evening star. Okay. Any other answers, guys? So any other answers? Um, let me go back to the screen. Any other answers on what they are? We'll come back to gold if it triggers. We had Evening Star and Downrange. Anything else? What are those two candles? This is this is where a lot of people start forgetting the basics. The basics are really, really powerful. Mr. Harmond. Okay, I know why you're saying that, Dan, but what else? Okay, bearish closes, yeah, but you're missing something. How do we define a downrange? How do we define a downrange candle? Lower high and a lower low. In relation to what? I'll get you to say the answers in a minute. I will I will drag the answer out of you with questions. So lower high and lower low in relation to what? Yeah, the previous candle. Okay. So what is the previous candle? So if we have a look, what's the previous candle? So come on, guys. You are right, Dan. This is a downrange candle in singularity, but it's not really. Yeah, so it's a downrange in relation to the previous candle. But what is the previous candle? Yeah, I can say I understand why you're saying a doji because it's open and close are very close together and it's got similar size wick to the upside to the downside. But we're forgetting something. You guys, what's happened? Okay, let me just remove. Okay, what is this candle? Uh, I'll come to that in a minute. If we had to sell it, phew. Okay, I'll come to that in a minute, Lightning, because I wouldn't want to sell it just yet, but I will. I'll explain that in a second. Um, Good question. Um, so what is this candle? Well done, Rob McGee. It is an inside candle. So, at what point do we start, let's say, saying that inside candles are no longer inside candles? What needs to happen? It's an inside candle because if you're not familiar, this is the high and this is the low of the previous candle. Break a previous high or low. Yeah, exactly. So look what's happened. These two are still within the range. So yes, this is a down range in relation to this candle, but we're still within the range of this previous candle. So these aren't really telling us anything. Now, if yes, this has formed a, let's call it resistance on this level. So when we drop down the time frames, we're looking for price to get above. But um, does that make sense, guys? So just remember, don't when you see a downrange candle, just look at the previous candles and start looking. Say, right, okay, what happened? So we go, all right, downrange, uprange, uprange, downrange, 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 uprange, inside. Now, because yes, we've broken the low of this one, but we still remain inside this one. So these are just a cluster of inside candles. Make sense? Right, let's go back to the question was, what would a good scenario for a sell be with gold? Okay, so where we currently sit, we do have a buy stop right now above the highs here. But if this 15-minute candle closes bearish and the next candle wicks up, I'll sell the low of this candle. Okay. If the next candle just drops, I'll leave my buy stop order in. Because I always want whatever I'm looking to do, I want the market to do the opposite initially. Make sense, guys? So just going to wait to see how this one pans out. We've got 5 more minutes. Mark, I was looking for a sell and got educated that when last time market tapped this tops of this area, it dropped crazy for 1,000 pips. Yeah, but that's exactly what we're looking for. So I need confirmation though. I'm not because it's come straight after news. I don't want to just go in for a sell. I want to see sellers come in. So this could just be a pullback from that level and then it goes, or we could see sellers and it pushes up. So remember, I always wait for confirmations. I'm not just going to do I'm not just going to sell because the market sold at this price point before. This is where everyone that sold at these price points, they all just got burnt big time. Um, so yeah, we'll wait and see what happens, and if it keeps dropping and goes without us, it goes without us. We didn't lose any money. I was asking how to look for confirmations for sales. You just, yeah, exactly. Um, but just wait for a candle to close bearish first. I mean, if you're going to use the 5 minute, then obviously you're looking at these candles. Just think of it like if you're firing a gun, or you want the hammer to be pulled backwards before you pull the trigger and it goes forwards. Pull a bow, you pull the bow backwards and it shoots the arrow forwards. So this is what you want to see, whether you're buying or selling, or it's what I want to see for my confirmations. Um, uh, okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Now, depending what the next candle does next. If I see the next candle, what? In fact, let me just check. Forex factory. Okay, so data came in quite high on PPI, so significant beat. Okay, uh, let's cancel that buy order. Let's switch screens. So I've cancelled the buy order. So I've deleted the buy order, guys. I just want to see what's going to happen here. If the next, and it wasn't just a small beat, it was and the previous got revised down. 10 seconds. So if this next candle goes up first, we're going to be a seller. If it goes up midway in the candle, and what have we got there? 90 points. If it goes up midway in the candle, I'm going to look to do a flip sell on this. Now remember, this order's not placed yet. It's not placed yet. It's just sat there waiting for me to hit the open trade. Right, have we got any new people in today? Or is it the same old faces? Let me know where you're watching from, what part of the world. If you're a new trader, experienced, complete novice, let me know. So the low is 0780. Order's still not placed, guys. So I'm just Biding my time. What's everyone got planned this weekend? Nice quiet weekend? Yeah. Uh, Now, let's see what happens here. See if we are we going to get a BPC set up on the lower time frame? Maybe. Uh, Paddle this afternoon and poker tomorrow night. That sounds like a great weekend. I'm playing paddle tomorrow morning for the first time in ages. And then I've got to go back to Doncaster tomorrow night, or afternoon, I should say. And then back to London Sunday. Uh, okay, orders in. Let's see. Partial TP 50. Alright, so I'm going to take 60% off. Now, if this triggers, we can bring our stop down from here to above the high of the current candle. Now, let's say this had been the other way. Because the predominant move has been to the upside, this flip trade, although it looks nice, I would rather take it if we were buyers. That's why I said I wanted it to run at least midway into this candle body. I was going to look for a flip entry because it's a lot more aggressive. So I want to see a deeper retracement. Thinking of doing a park run tomorrow morning. Bloody hell, go on, mate. Is that wise after? Oh, tomorrow morning. I get it. Before the poker. So what's the saying there? Basically, burning the calories and the booze before you put them in. How are you, buddy? Not seeing you for a while. What's going on with Nasdaq? More selling on the Nasdaq. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, a little bit steady, guys. A little bit steady. Now, we've got 9 minutes to go until the close of not just the 15-minute candle, but it'll close the 30, it'll close the hourly. So what you want to do is before it gets to, let's say, 58, 59, what does it look like on the other time frame? So what does the 30 look like? So when we go to the 30, we zoom out, we say, right, okay, we've come up, we tested structure, we're having a big sell-off. Now, this candle is still inside the previous 30, so it doesn't really tell us anything other than the fact that, yeah, we've got resistance formed. The H1, well, this is slightly different. So yes, we've tested the higher level, but look, if we close below this price point on the 30, shows a clear rejection of that level. So then I would really like the sells that we have in place. If we can stay in and around this range here or this resistance level. It's typical, all that big move just before with no real sort of setup. Well, no setup whatsoever. Uh, so February, yeah, it's been okay. Uh, if anything, I would probably I've had a good February. Could have been a lot better than a few impatient trades, let's say, when the market was being a little bit choppy. Expecting, let's say, when the market goes into does its first sort of like pullback, then goes again. I take a couple that have been, let's say, mid-range, where I'm looking for price to continue and follow through. Let's say, like this move that just happened, but it didn't give me a setup that I was happy to take. Um, if this had set up, let's say, if we'd had, where's my rectangle? If we'd had this above this resistance level, let's say back somewhere back, no, even before that, because the problem is here, you don't want to trade it up into this area on the basis that it's tried a few times and failed. So probability wasn't good. Whereas if you've had a big directional move and then it consolidates for a couple of days, then it goes. You've got much more. The probability of breaking out of this little range is significantly higher. That's why I feel like whatever's happened, whatever caused this, we'll never know, and we can always try and create a thought process, a rationale as to why that move happened. Um, just in simplistic terms, there was a lot more buyers than sellers at that 30-minute window. And yeah, we weren't one of them. And we're just sat here waiting. Nasdaq's down 190 points on the day. Um, don't see anything on the Nasdaq. If we just go to uh, object list. Now, if I'm looking for trades here on the NAS, what have we got there? So That looks good. So at the minute, I'm saying, well, I'd anticipate downside is you've got this, like buyers come in, then it hovers and navigates around this little price point here, and then it goes again. So maybe price is going to stick here for a little bit before it either comes all the way down or reverses back up. So if I'm going to look for any trading opportunities on the Nasdaq, I want to see price reject this area and see buyers come in where we can look to buy it and take it back up towards the top of this zone, or I want to see price break and close below here and run down into, can't see, 24,420. That would be the preference. So just going to sit tight. If we drop down to the hourly, okay, we can see hourly. Yes, it broke out, but again, we're just trading into noise. So I'm not getting excited. Um, Opportunities will come when we get above 25,030, so just above the even handle. Big psychological number, and then again we've got a good 300 points up to the highs. Oh, gold. Okay, so things to consider. We've got resistance formed. This candle right now is an inside candle, so we need to wait at least 15 minutes. Oh God, I need to just nip to the gents quickly. Bear with me 2 seconds, guys. Sorry, guys. Uh, W, I'm not sure, Rob. I don't know what the W means. Uh, so I'm going to leave the sell option in until we get a close above here. Close above here, we can look for buys. Ah, welcome. I thought it was something to do with win or. Uh, all right. Damn, what am I doing? All right. Waiting for paint to dry. Okay, let's just see what happens. Let's just be patient, guys. Ooh, I tell you what, the 30 does look nice. So I'm change your plan, guys. I'm taking the flip. Okay, so change to 50. Done. Okay, so sell flip under the 30-minute low. Uh, okay, so we've got a $5 first target, $10 second target. Capital W is win, small w is welcome. Where do we find out where this is likely? Or am I just too old that I don't understand 2026 abbreviated, I don't know what you call it, shorthand? I have no idea. We're such a young group. We don't understand it, lightning. Now, trade management, because it is contrarian. If this triggers, I'm bringing this stop straight down above the high, somewhere to around 5223. Um, what I've actually increased my lot sizing again. I've gone back from 3 back up to 5 lots. Um, so I was looking at the numbers the other day, and it makes sense based on the way the market moves. Um, I'm just going to put another TP in because with me, I'm doing one at 25 points because I've increased my lot sizing. So basically, if I was doing 3 lots and coming out at $5, my first TP is $750. Because 3 times $5, it's $1,500 profit. You split it in half, you get 750 banked. Now, by going to 5 lots and going for similar targets to what I was doing initially, 25 pips before the volatility increased. So the five lots at 25 pips gets you 1,250. So you end up banking 625 here. So I'm 125 less than I would be here. But then I take half off at 50, so it's 2.5, and you end up with another five, just over 550. So again, same amount of movement, we're getting a lot more bang for a buck, but we're taking money off the table and de-risking quicker. Okay, so I'm in. Let's see if we can get a capital W. So let's gonna get rid of the old stop loss to break even at 20 pips. Let me see if it'll work today. Haha, it is. Okay, break even. And break even it. Oh no. It's holding. And there we go. Now look, if it does go on to hit target, then so be it. This is contrarian. So I would wait now for my next entry would be if we get a close below here, because then we've had confirmation of structure change. And there we go. Look at that. Gone on. Hilarious. I'm always, in this instance, guys, taking a flip trade here without any change in structure, you have to be risk management focused. Risk management focused. Let me update the results while we're waiting. 6 minutes for the candle to close. Results. Break even. Total break evens goes up to 21. For the year, it takes us up to 8. Now look at look at the stats. So 106. So we've basically got, call it 23% of our. No, that's wrong. Let me do it. 129, 150 trades. 150 trades now on live stream. Uh, uh, 23. So 15% of our trades, 15.3% of our trades have been losses. 21 divided by 150. 14% have been break evens. And 106 divided by 150. 70.6% have been winning trades. So over 150 trade sample, we've had a smidgen over 70%. Did I update that yet? Updated that. Now, that's total trade sample. So what I wanted to look at is, let's just do 26, 32, 40. So 26 divided by 40. Okay, so 2026 were a little bit down. Our win rate is 65%. Our win rate is 65%. In total, it's 70%. In total, it's 70.6, and in 2026 was 65%. So we just add another break even to the ta to the tally. Well, today, oh, I think, uh, two TP ones and two break evens really. It's a steady day. No need to force anything now. But yeah, that's what we're waiting for. Buys above, sells below. What do we need to wait for before we action a trade here, guys? What do we need to wait for before we action a trade? What are we waiting for before we can action a buy or a sell? So we're looking for buys above 52.35 and sells below 52.16. What do we need to see happen? So now it's a no-go range. This is no trade zone. Nothing for us to do in there. Anna, are you in today or is Anna off? Hey Anna, how you doing? I literally just messaged Penny. You sat there very quiet today. So, um, wow, look at this. Love it. Well done, Anna. Staying disciplined. That's what I like. Um, I just messaged Penny. If you let everything know it's being sent to her car, her Vortex card. That's if you're near. Just waiting patiently now. So you fully settled back into work after an amazing holiday? Right. Uh, Okay, DAX 54 points. DAX buys 30-minute chart. DAX buys 30-minute chart. Now you we've got 54 78. I tell you what, I'm gonna look at extended target there, partial TPs, initial 20 points, then another partial TP. Uh, oh, what- yeah, around 50 points for the second one, and then extend. Oh, what I want to do is I want to take most of that off, so 75%. So basically, what's happened here, guys? I'm just looking at this. We're in again a bit of a range and chop on DAX, but predominantly it keeps moving higher. So my bias is going to lay with the direction that it's predominantly moving. Price has come down into a support zone. I'll hit text. Price has come down into a support zone, as we can see. We took out the lows. We tapped the previous, let's say, big sell-off here. We tapped it. Now we closed back above the range as a bullish candle, and the current candle is wicking down. So we have the bow and arrow effect. It's been pulled back to basically push forward. So I've got a buy stop above the high. Let me just check price points. The high, call it 78, 252.78, 252.78. Let me just 252.78. Okay, I'm gonna make it 79.5. So when I adjust that, I also need to adjust my 20 points. Now you probably won't notice it, but it will have just moved whatever difference I moved the entry up. So we can still hit T1, T2, so there's plenty of clear space, nice big black bodied candles. Bias remains to the upside. Yeah, happy with that. If the market just drops, makes no difference. Now on the flip side, if this candle does close above here, we've broken all structure to the left hand side. I will cancel the trade on the DAX and I'll be looking for buys here if we close above. All right, let me just. Okay. Um, Let me see. See if I can just put this DAX trade in the group. Copy, copy image. Ah, thank you, uh, Lightning. Ooh, what are we doing? DAX and 30. 9 minutes left for this candle. So what was it? 25,279. 25,279. 25,238. 25,238, 25,299, 25,299, and 25,331, 25,331, extended 25, 25,370. Let's add the chart, copy. Okay, there we go. All right, watching gold now as well. Let's just 7 minutes, guys. 7 minutes, and then we could be. Uh, I won't be able to stay on long, but let's see if we can get a setup before I have to go. Uh, well, not happening. Being quiet. DAX. I don't mind the DAX, coming down. I don't. I really don't mind it. Um, when it when it drops, this is just a nice little springboard to attract buyers. So even for the next candle, I'm happy to leave this open for the next 30 minutes. Okay. Now we've got Nasdaq opening or US market opening in 5 minutes. Maybe that will be a little bit of a catalyst. We keep getting some more downrange candles like this. Any sort of false breakout of this price point will be something nice to trade as well. I do have a session with a client after this, so that'll be something that I will watch. So if you know how to trade the false breakouts, guys, and you understand the rules, then watch for potential buys around 24,700, is it? 24,687? Anyone else got some nice plans this weekend while we wait for this? Yeah, Bitcoin, I'd be looking for this head down to 62. Uh, Will's GPT tonight. Haha. That's me tomorrow, mate. Up north. I'm going to up north. Be having it. Bit of fish and chips in Doncaster. Oscar, is Oscar in? Oh, what do you think about Champions League draw? Uh, well, I mean, Chelsea have got a tough ride. Man City have got a tough ride. I think probably Arsenal and Spurs have got the most favourable of draws. I'm not sure I'd want to meet Arsenal in the semis though if we get past Atletico. Who do you support, Oscar? Listen, this is probably the only stat we've got better than, or at least equaled you in, Mr. Cole, is we've been to the same amount of Champions League finals. Or have you actually been to a Champions League final? I don't think you've been to a Champions League final, have you? I think the semi-final. Oh, so it's 1-1 then. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was a landmark. We got to a final and had a terrible penalty decision to Liverpool that killed the game in the first few minutes. Here we go. I'm just going to move the stop down underneath the low of the candle if it triggers. I'm not going to mention should have won because the amount of games that Spurs have lost this season, that Dr. Spurs curing everyone's losing streaks. It's unbelievable. Right, let's see what's going on with Nasdaq quickly on the open. Uh, Uh, let's see if we can actually make some inroads into this. Come on, Nasdaq, not Nasdaq, DAX. And let's get auto break even set. Oh, that's not going to work. So we've got our first TP at 20 points. So at 70%, so 15 points, we're going to move to break even if we trigger. How many of you have got this order placed? Uh, yeah, from Lightning. Nice one. Yeah, secret. Let's see what we can do. Come on. Let's go back to Nasdaq. Gold. Okay, we're waiting for a break, guys. Once we've got a break, we can do something. This is it's going to be a little bit of a painful session, I believe. One break-even trade and a couple of nearlies. Well, guys, I have 8 minutes and then I have a session. So listen, I'm going to give you the rules right now so you are familiar and you know what we're looking for. We're waiting for price. Bias is going to be long because above this level here, we have loads of clear space on the daily chart. I mean, bundles. So above here, which let's just drop this in. Oh, where is it? There's $170. Okay, so we can see when we drop down that that level that I drew in is exactly where the gray zone is. This is the daily resistance. This is where the market rejected, and it's come back into it and rejected it again. Now what we're waiting for is a confirmation. We don't know whether we're going to get above this area or below this area. So we want to close above or close below. Once we have one of those things, then we just wait for the next candle to wick down if we're buying or wick up if we're selling. Mark, a little bit of a weird question. Every country has single index. Why Americans have three tradable indexes? Okay, so uh, basically it's because it's a much bigger country. They have much more companies. They split it down into the top 500 companies, the tech sector, so industrial sector as well. So they're broken down. Otherwise, the indexes would just be so vast. That it's a way that investors can, I guess, segregate their capital into certain sectors. Um, that'd be my understanding. Like in the UK, we've just got 100 companies, right? That's the FTSE 100. Okay, go to the US, they've got the S&P 500, they've got the Nasdaq 100, the Dow Jones. They're literally, and these are trillion-dollar companies. I guess it's just a way for investors to segregate. I couldn't give you that'd be my understanding, but maybe the best thing to do would be ask ChatGPT. But I think it's because they segregate it. So Nasdaq is all tech organizations. Then you've got the industrial section, and then you've got the top 500. Mm. Oh, let's go back to DAX, see what's going on. Okay, cancel the order. Mm, yeah, I'm going to cancel it. And you know what? I think it's a good point to end the week. Yesterday was a quiet session. Today, another quiet session, one break even. Look, guys, we can only trade what's put in front of us. There's no point taking trades and trades just because we're sat here and we want to trade. So, the Arabian, what's that? Aramco, and Chinese TikTok. Just a guess, is it? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So if we get If we get a close hit, if we get drone manufacturers, okay, well, listen, I have to go now because I do have a coaching session in 3 minutes. So, guys, listen, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you at 1 o'clock on Monday. Okay, at 1 o'clock on Monday. Pitcock got a head and shoulders set up on pound yen, but can't paste in here. Um, will it not allow you to share links? Can you not share the link? If you go to trading view and go instead of copy image, go to link. Mr. Matkin, take care. Have a nice weekend. Okay. Okay. No worries. Shame. All right. Let's have a look. Here we go. So, so basically, oh no, wrong way. Basically, you're looking for, in theory, cells underneath like this 209.90 area, and then you got free range down to 209. Yeah, that makes sense. Buys above 210.80 up to 211.50 look good as well. Um, yeah, yeah, nice one, Peter Cole. Thanks for sharing. I've not looked at pound yen for a long, long, long time. All right, guys. Well, listen, take care. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all next week. All the best. Bye bye.